Okay, so this is how I'm going to do some gilding now onto these. So you can either gild them when they're flat or when they're made. I've got silver and gold here and a gilding glue. The gilding glues are slightly sort of watery PVA, and when you put it on you don't want it looking white, you want it looking clear. Otherwise, if you get too much on there, your gilding doesn't stick. So I'm just going to put a little tiny amount on. If you can see on the camera, it's going on, it's completely transparent. It's not at all white. Okay. And what I've got here to help me, I've got a glass of water that I can put my brush back into, because you don't want your brush drying out with glue in, and just the gilding glue in a small pot here. Now I've got two brushes. I've got a harder brush and a softer brush. This is a gilding brush, but you could use a watercolour brush. And this is a slightly harder brush that you might use for oil painting or something like that. Okay, so this is my gilding paper that I've got here. I've got a gold here and a silver. So I'm just going to make it look a little bit more interesting by putting a bit of both on. So a simple way of doing it would just be to do half and half. So half over there, just cover that missed a bit there, and half over this one. If you get it in the light, you can see where the glue has been. Slightly more tricky doing it when they're made already. You can do it. I'll just get some silver. I've laid this out so I've got silver one side of me and gold the other. So I'm going to put the silver on the side. Now the gilding glue, because it's proper gilding glue, it doesn't dry properly for about 12 hours. So you've got plenty of time to gild at least sort of 12 at a time if you're going to lay them flat on a piece of paper. I've been making sort of 6 at a time, and then changing my paper over and doing another 6. And then when you come back to them, they're ready to take the gilding off. So I'm just, with this softer brush, I'm just going to push the gilding paper onto the glue. I must have missed the glue there a bit. I'm pushing it on. You can see it's much easier to do when they're flat. So that's just pushing it on, and then with the other brush I'm going to take it off and just gently brushing over the gilding. I think I left a hole in the middle there, yeah. And then it's as simple as that. And when the pieces get so small, you just have to brush them off and start again. So things like this you could use again, but things like this are too small and they don't give you a very good finish. There we go. And you can see you get a slightly better finish doing it on the flat than you do doing it when they're already made. And then that's ready to make up.